Get a load of this. I'm out here exploring today. I was cutting through the landscape, coming across these old school ditches and stuff, until I came across a particular one. About ready to jump across this thing until I noticed something. Looks like we have an old school bottle dump. Man, they got milk glass up in this thing too. There's a road on the other side of the woods over here. People probably came by back in the 60s and 70s and dumped some things, you know. Hold on, how the heck am I gonna get down this thing? I mean, look at this poor disaster right here. What a crying shame in that. But bam. Another cobalt blue one. There's stuff all littered up in this ditch, up in this thing. Let me go ahead and try to get down in this thing. I see a cup I might want to collect, but I think it's got a busted handle. That thing looks so 60s, it's not even funny. You're going to say wrong 73 on that thing. Coke bottle. All right, probably busted. Man, weird looking bottle. You know, these things got paper labels and stuff. Look, we got a 40-ounce green that's going to stay here so I can collect that time and everything else. Got a lot of alcohol that's up in this thing. Look, a light bulb. There's the milk glass dish right there. Go figure. I wonder how much cobalt they got in this thing up in here. Man, alive. But so far from what I see, it's the same old stuff. Beer bottles, condiment jars, baby food jars, and of course Clorox bottles from like the 60s up in here. Man. Hey, there's a dog head figurine. That could be a salt shaker, pepper shaker, whatever. You know, it's not going to be intact. People like to break things. Why do you think they trash it? All right, I got to keep a lookout for that thing. I got to remember that thing. We found a puppy dog head. All right. Still has something on the inside. What if that's ancient liquor from the good old days? Oh, of course, it's busted, man. Of course it's busted. There's another container that looks old. I mean, it would have been nice if they dumped some of Grandpa's stuff from back in the 30s and the 20s, you know. They didn't think it was worth anything. That was a heartbreaker when I saw that one, the cobalt blue thing. That's probably busted too right here, this white. I see nothing but a top on it, yeah. Oh boy, check this thing out though, man. Look at that. Vacuum sealed pasteurized. Contains filtered water. Concentrated fruit juice. Sugar flavor? How do you sugar? That doesn't make any sense at all, man. Sugar flavor? Man, I don't know what that could have been. Sugar flavor, man. How do you, I don't get it. How do you flavor sugar? Isn't sugar sugar? All right, I see some designs on something. And of course, go figure it's busted. Let's turn over the glass that's exposed so the deer don't step on it. I'm out here trying to protect them in a different way. All right. Maybe I should go ahead and just organize this stuff for someone else. That one still has the pod label on it. 1 pint net for salads and something else. I can't see it. Swifts. I guess it says Swifts on it. You're gonna say, Vinci, that's old school, man. Swifts goes way back to like the 1920s. All right. I thought I saw something. Oh yeah, well, it's busted now. I can see it. Nothing's written on the side. It's flat. Turn it over. Come on, turn it over. Man, this is a disaster out here, man. I mean, look at this. Look at this sticking up, man. That's not good for nature, man. More busted Coke bottles. Man, what a discovery for today, man. I'm hoping nobody's riding down that road up in here. I want to take a look at this thing right here. What a crying shame. What a buster. It's got cute ducks on it, guys. Look at that. That would have been quite the recovery, man. But we're going to have to leave it because in another 1,000 years, this thing's going to be priceless and ready for the museum, even with the missing handle. Yeah. You know, people don't come out here. That thing would have been gone. Half these cool bottles would have been gone. I'm just trekking through the woods and I just made a discovery. I think I see a glass that's got like that on it. You're saying go to the puppy dog, man. Pick that broken thing up because you know it's busted. All right, how am I gonna climb up in this thing? All right, let me get on up here, man. More climbing for today. I've been trekking through these woods deep out in the country for the longest time, man. Somebody's coming down the road, dang it. Of course they're going slow. It's an old road deep out in the country, man. All right, I think they went along. All right, come on, little puppy dog. Let's see what you got. You got a broken body. Ain't nothing like making cool recoveries, though. Look at that cute little thing right here, man. This thing's gonna be cherished like you would never believe. Yeah, busted body, man. Oh, I knew it. Busted body. Oh. All right. Well, that thing ended up being another bust. It's some kind of glass that you get from a restaurant. It didn't say Pizza Hut or anything like that from like 1971 or anything like that, but it's broken. Listen to the sounds of the broken glass under my feet, man. Look at this dangerous crapola thing right here, man. That's old school for real. You know, it's Clorox. Hey, look, it's intact, but I already have too many. Go back to where you need to go for the next 1,000 years. Alright, come on, little guys. Sorry for encroaching on your territory. Another duck figurine. Busted in heaven. I know this stuff is a man. There's only so much I can do about that, man. Here's a small one. I already got like 4 of them things. Some kind of, I forgot what it was. Ain't no time for that. I'm here to look at this. And of course the Fire King Jadeite. Oh man, what a buster, man. That bowl's like $25, $30, man, if it's fully intact. I keep finding bits and pieces of it all over the place, everywhere we go. US. Cam mark or something. 203. Gotta look back at the video to Google the answer. Wonder if you can find that thing in Goodwill. Here goes another one. That must be the duck head. The duck neck. Yeah. It's almost like it's native times. All right, that's a little better. Hey, another light bulb. There's another Coke bottle right there. It says ATL Georgia. It's got the old stamp on the bottom of it. There's more milk glass right there. Broken crock, go figure. Where the heck does this stuff come from, man? I know people just come out and dump. That's it, man. How am I going to keep the sweat from getting on the screen? I'm bent over, man. Piece of masonry. I was just wondering about that, though. You know, it's busted when they stick it in the ground like that. Busted wine bottle. All right, whose parents didn't have that devil's food or whatever that thing is right there. All right, check the plate. You know, it's busted. Hold on. I don't think anything's gonna be intact up in here. That's artistic. Uh-oh. All right, we got cobalt blue under the leaves. Is it busted? Yes, it is. All right, the closer I get to this thing over here, it's making me a little bit more nervous. There's pine stars all over the place up in here. The white things. I might be in here the rest of the day, man. Look, a busted plate from the 40s. This stuff is from like the 40s through the 60s. Easily. Something's got blue on it. Hold on. Oh, well, it's white and blue, I guess. All right, moment of truth right here in this old school piece. You already know it's busted. Why are the tops always busted off, man? Because everything was made of glass a long time ago. They didn't have plastic. Everything was made of glass. So everything was just chucked into the garbage can. Well, you know we're probably going to find something like this intact. We got a lid to one of them things. Pond's jar. I think I'll recover that one. Old school for real. More figurines. Busted. Why so many busted figurines though? Had to clean the sweat off the screen. This is retro right here. Look at that embossment on that thing. Cliquet. Is that a cross or a T? We find a template treasure? The heck? Probably club soda. Oh yeah, it's got that label at the bottom right there. That's a cool design on it though. Let's leave it, man. I'll come back and get it later, I promise. What about this? What does that say? New jaw. New jaw. All right. There's a glass up here, I think. It's intact up here. Oh, at least I see a 3/4 of the mouthpiece is still there, and it's got like a Art Deco design at the bottom. You know, it's got the 3 rings that look like it came straight out of the machine age. What's the entities out here say? This is the trash you better be cleaning up soon, Buster. Oh, it goes up the hill too? All right. Guess I'll be looking at that. I think there's another vase over here too, right here. It's got a weird design on it. Could be a perfume bottle. Look at this thing. Salt and pepper shaker. Salt or pepper. Vintage design. Check this Art Deco thing out. Man, we're making some nice discoveries and recoveries today. Boy. Oh, it's cracked. Man, all right, well, it's intact. Let's go ahead and recover it. It's almost like you'll never find the other part of it. The twin. All right, we got a glass here. We got a glass. It's got pottery on the inside. Intact. Probably not Art Deco. Probably it's light glass. It's light, real light. All right, so far we're up to like 4 things. 4 things and then some. I see cobalt blue. And it might be intact. Oh no, the top is busted off. Okay, there goes the typical allspice from 1969 that Grandpa had. Oh, the whole thing is smashed. Oh, jeez. Another Art Deco piece. Hey, what's that? that's cool. I think I'll recover that too. Yeah, that's got some Art Deco detail on it. Look at the arrowheads on that thing. Talk about finding some points. Nice collection so far. Definitely not fair. Treating my favorite color like that. I'm definitely holding on to this thing though. Melted glass. Look at that thing right there. Man, that's crazy. I know. I think this might have been, yep, part of a lamp. What's up with the lamp pieces? That would have been a nice little bud vase right there, though. Man, imagine, well, it's not going to last 1,000 years, you could tell. When it starts to freeze and thaw, the expansion of the liquid, at least we've got some kind of collection going on. Be nice if I had more cobalt. Oh, dang. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I found the main treasure of today. Salt and pepper shaker. We find these things at Goodwill all the time. Imagine if that was a Native American pot fully intact. It's a pot for real, but you talk about pots. I think I just found the main bottle dump. I have no idea what would have been out here a long time ago. Of course, you got the old school shoes and stuff out here. Look, you got the tree base growing into the glass itself. Imagine if I slipped and fell, man. Gliding my hand across all this kind of stuff. This whole place is littered up and down and all around. Nothing stands out at the moment. I see, busted Coke bottles, go figure. I'm looking for the cobalt though. I'm looking for the blue stuff. There's another one. Moxima. Short and stout, the fat one. Another glass, like the one I just found. I think it is. It is. We have a matching pair. Another Moxima right here too. Short and stout. Man, did I just find a major treasure or what? Please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. I know that's broken. That's a crying shame. 1940s vase right there, but please don't be broken. These things always have a stem on them and a base. Lusterware. And it's busted. That's a crying shame. I know I see Coke and Fire King Jadeite platter, busted. Another Noxzema. But those things right there, man. The big ones. Too bad the plates are not intact though. This one's a little bit buried. What do we have? Dang it, Emerson. Drugs. Man, that was a nice one. I'm looking for stuff with designs on them, for real. But aren't we all? Something looks like a vase, a plate, a bottom flipped upside down. You're going to say 90% chance it's going to be broken. see, what does it say? What's the trademark? It's got the dry rot on there. It's not going to be easy to wipe off. Nautilus? Eggshell Nautilus. I've heard of them before. Something A47M is a Michael. China. It's not Noritake. Well, there's this one like 45 minutes. Searching up in this thing. I had to stop recording because it was becoming overwhelming, and that is always a good thing when something such as this is overwhelming. Well, in a good way and a bad way. You know, a lot of it needs to be collected into a stash, a different kind of stash. But yeah, if you're a faint of heart, hold on. When you're a faint of heart, when you light bottles and stuff like that, old China, whatever it is, that's why I didn't want to film. Man, they got Fire King Jadeite, almost a complete set out here busted. There's Fire King Jadeite cups completely busted up in here. Parts of the China set, the glass set. Where did all this stuff come from, though? Yeah, I'm trying to get a stash behind a tree. There's no way I'm going to be able to come back out. I mean, get it out today. Yeah, it's part of a toilet. I thought I saw something. Hold on. Oh, that's just... It's got diamonds on it. See, look at that, man. Look at that thing. You know that thing's busted. You know that thing's busted. Oh, it is busted. It's just the bottom of one, man. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It was probably a large vase. Dang it. That had me going. Look at that, Fire King at the bottom. Who knows, it could be Atlas. I don't know if they made the same thing. Look at that. You're going to say you can still collect it and use it as a, you know, a candle holder thing in a bathroom. I got to check the shoes. I think I might have glass shards stuck in it. Both of them. Talk about a different kind of thorn. Let me make my collection. Quite the discovery, but quite the shame. You're going to tell me to check the other side over there. I think I might. It might continue on that side, closer to the main road, I think. But get a load of this stash I'm trying to make out here. I'm making a Da Vinci style treasure stash. You're going to say, run through what you got for us. Well, I got a mason jar lid. Atlas, this is Atlas. Oh, it's got a nick on the side. Atlas mason, but it still has the lid. What is that? It's not titanium. Of course it's not titanium. Zinc? Zinc, excuse me. And it's got the white thing on the inside. Still has a little bit of the seal left. That's downright cool. But there's about 4 more of these jokers right here up there too, man. There's about 3 more of those, but everything else is just completely shattered. And I've never found one of these before. But I don't know if that's lucite or plastic. But it's probably from the 60s, maybe 50s. Never found one like this before that's got the federal law prohibits label on it. But you know, it's got the paper label on it, so it's not that old. It's got a good design on it, though. This is what I'm talking about, how strange my life is when it comes to things being orchestrated, yay or nay. I was researching bottles that had that label, like rare ones that had the label, the embossing that says federal law restricts the sale of it, you know, prohibition era stuff. And I saw this being sold on eBay, probably one of the most common models on there. And I've never found one till today. And I just did that thing like last week, man. It's almost like I'm designed. It's almost like my life is designed in a way to make those kind of discoveries. Never found one like this before either. Maybe I've seen this one before. It's Delight Thin Glass, Chicago, Illinois. Refilling forbidden. Sun-kissed wine company. Yeah, I never found one of these before, but it might be like ultra modern because it's extremely thin glass. But that's a cool discovery right there. See, somebody's listening to us, somebody's watching us. Sorry. Let me go get the rest of the stash and pollen under here and then cover it up just in case. Quite the treasure indeed. All right, let me take a look at something. I just noticed something right here when I was cutting up this ditch. Hold on. I'm on a different ditch. I'm trying to stay away from the road. Oh, would you look at that thing. Retro vintage. What I'm going to do with it, I don't know. Good find for today. Another one. What a shame on the Coke bottles though, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. The heck is that? There's everything against everything up in here, man. That's how it was back in ancient times. That's how you would find the pottery. 1,000 years ago. That predates your culture by another 1,000 years. This is scary though, man. Hold on. I'm taking reference pictures. I can't take it out tonight. I'm hoping I can come back and get it soon, but it's going to have to be before the fall and winter when the makeup starts to come off the trees. That's quite the treasure. I was headed to the other side to try to look deeper in the woods. I keep coming across these things, dude. Imagine the collection of white jars you can make from this place, man. This had to be some kind of old school tub back in the day. Probably circa 1960s, but the stuff goes back to like the 50s. Look at that bottle. I don't think, there's another cobalt piece over there. I don't think I'm going to collect any more cobalt unless it's like a rare thing. None of this stuff is rare though. It will be thousands of years from now. You always got to think about that. Yeah, that's busted right there, man. All the milk glass out in this place. Why can't it be the jar? I already covered this spot. I kicked that thing over because I saw a design on something. It is hotter than you know what out here. You know me, I never take a break when it comes to treasure. Never. I haven't even taken a sip of the water yet. But check out this design. I mean, the more the fall comes and more the seasons change, all this stuff is going to be covered up even more. There's no digging through this. It will take forever and a day, but look at the design on this modern thing right here. Wild root. Can't scrape that off. What does that say on it? Wild root on this side. Look at the design on this thing. Yeah, it's got a cracked bottom. No, it's not cracked. No, it's not. It's liquefied. Look at that thing right there. That's a cool looking bottle. I'm going to have to walk my butt all the way back down there. I know what you're saying you're going to say, but if you're headed to the other side of it, there's more rare items that are intact. Hey, look, this is how they used to find the Native American stuff a long time ago. Even back in the colonial times. Bobby, look at this. We're here in 1699. Look what I just found on our land. What should we do with it? Cherish it forever. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I think I just screwed myself. Hardcore. Well, I was coming down to take that bottle back to the tree of life down there and bury it within the leaves, and I saw something caught my eye, not cut it, caught it. I think this used to be some kind of old road up in here. There's a gap right here between the trees and it curves to the left But as I was climbing back up the hill, I noticed more glistening all over the place on this hillside. I just want to find some old school China stuff that's still intact. You know, once you have one or two busted pieces, you're not going to keep the entire set. See, that's what I'm talking about right here, man. This stuff, man. They love that Fire King Jadeite, but they should have just tossed a couple of intact pieces out here, though, man. That's a dangerous looking joker. You know, I could get the Fire King Jadeite out of here and smash it even more and make some kind of artistic thing out of it. Somebody's already been out here. Boy, I'm going to have to make several treasure stashes out here, man. They did something Da Vinci style. They found Coke bottles and piled them up right here. Yeah, someone's been out here recently. I guess they were hunting. This could be hunting land too. There's a brand new beer can over here. Why am I walking up on that thing like I'm looking at a rattlesnake? You know, most people probably took the most impressive things. Oh, I never saw a green one before. Yeah. Look at that pretty thing right here, man. I hope you like my fake acting. I don't know how else to act. Gotta give some soul to my voice. Watch someone just appear out of nowhere. What you doing out here, man? Everything's aqua, which tells me it's 50s and early 60s. Not Fire King Jadeite, but I would love to have that thing intact. Dang, bro, this is quite a collection. Oh, there goes the plastic. Boy. Quite the bottle dump, man. Old school stuff. Very nice collection. Glass is nature, though, guys. It is. It's what they tell us in the videos, these entities of nature. It's almost like this is theirs, not ours. We just stole the soils, the sand that was provided by the Almighty, designed for us to make stuff like this. And it's pretty. Ain't nothing like that glass. Oh boy, what a heartbreaker though, man. Look at all the dang broken dishes. Not fair, man. I know we're far from the city. Quite the collection. Quite the dump. Look at that. There's a random bottle half full up in here. Plastic. I wonder if someone out here in the country took a lot of time to go through all this and found a whole bunch of good stuff. The intact things that we're looking for, you know. Stuff like that. That would have been a nice one. Not for sale, but for recovery. And add it to the cabinet. They got some old school milk bottles up in here too. That's crazy. Man, I can feel the glass just slicing the bottom of my shoes. I got these extra thick soles on too, man. There's a pink plate from the 60s. Busted. Hey, this has got blue on it and it's embossed. It's got a label on it. Could be an old school medicine bottle. And it's busted. What does it say? Whitehall. It's always Whitehall. Whittymore's shoe polish. Something ounces. Now that would have been recoverable if it wasn't for that. Where's that extremely rare thing? The rarest thing out here. I thought I saw something that stood out. Had a weird shape to it. I mean, there's a couple of things down here that look kind of weird. They look like vases. Like this. Everything's got a crack in it, man. Everything's got a dang crack. Go figure. All right, there's a little bottle that could be intact, but you know, I had a thought about this. Places like this, man, they always got to have some kind of strange anomaly. Like, for instance, there could be like a jar full of like 30 marbles up in here. Nice ones from like the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. There's one of those glasses again. Man, don't put a hole in the jug, man. Climbing through the glass. Man, I'm crazy. Watch somebody walk out here, deep out in the country. They're gonna say, "Oh, you found it too." I did, of course I did. This is 2024. Everyone finds everything. Yeah, vintage, man. Vintage. Vintage breakage. If anything, there's always going to be that one single marble. That one single marble. Hey, there's more cobalt down here that's intact. I always feel like I'm getting close to something, but it ends up being nothing. Shampoo. Thought it says flamingo. Ready for the junk store. It's like I want to pick it all up. Look at this vintage thing right here, though. Hold on. Man, if I can get this thing out of here, I ain't ever seen anything like this. They still have eggshells on the inside of this thing. That's wild. You're gonna say that's museum quality. Look at that. Imagine this in like the museum. Just sitting up on a shelf. You talk about a conversation. Is this an old school 32 ounce or 40 ounce cobalt blue thing? Maybe a pint. Hold on. Come on, Galen. Back to heaven for the next 3,000 years. No, that's not good. That's probably not vintage. Well, it could be from a vehicle. Still vintage up in this thing. The vintage game. Oh, is this another collector's item? Oh, that's a large one. I've never found a large one of these things before. Look at the size of this one. Man. Boy. It's got the scalping design on it, like curtains. Made in USA. Intact. That is quite the vintage item. Oh, that's new. That's weird. Oh, wow. Well, it's nicked. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Check it out. We got Dimitressi Cup. Yeah. All right. That'll never come off right there, man. You want to say, Dimitri, you scared us, man. How do you know what Dimitressi is? That sounds kind of dainty. Well, I know my stuff, man. I know my stuff. I know. Pressed glass from the 60s and 50s. Hardly worth anything at a Goodwill, but it's worth everything when you find it in places like this. Like I said, it brings up the value. Nature brings the value up on everything. It does. Nature is the king of increasing value on everything because nature is a very valuable thing. It knows how to make things extremely valuable. You just got to give it time. Well, there's the picture of the lusterware without the picture. Keep your fingers crossed. I bet the ears are busted off. Definitely a keeper. About dang time we found something that is, what is that, a bank? A piggy bank? Salem, Mass. Snow something, Snowcrest. I can't see that now. Oh, it's a beverage. Oh well, I thought it was like a piggy bank. Old school for real. Nature holding on to it to make it more valuable. Emergency, go figure.